Callagy, here with Robert Solomon. We're here daily to connect and share with fellow warriors like yourself, committed to lives of growth and mastery. So the opening question for you is, are you committed to a life of growth and mastery? Are you that type of person? And Robert, we're had some videos recently with Chris Miller, Michael Smikin, and you are somebody who had an interesting beginning when Robert and I first met. I asked Michael to please get him out of my house because I was so frustrated as we were preparing for a massively important deposition out in Arizona that Robert was sort of looking at things and like, oh, I don't really see this much here. Recently, however, over the last year, Robert has been an absolute machine, taking to the training, the learning for how to bring about justice and results for our clients. And so the real question is, Robert, how did you go through, I mean, you're a person of excellence coming in, we're not saying you did that, but how did you go through that transitional step of dealing with ego issues? A lot of people don't like growth and learning, of going from a fixed mindset to the growth mindset to where you are now.
Sure, so I think right off the bat, it's always best to examine yourself and realize that something that will always get in the way of your personal growth and development is your ego. If you see a person who is more successful than you at any given thing, whether having better orating skills or writing skills, subjugate your ego and realize that you always have something to learn from usually any other person, especially when it comes to a law firm and you are amongst attorneys who have 10 to 15 years more experience than you. So number one is definitely subjugate your ego. Two is mirror what they're doing. Why reinvent the wheel when you can mirror, or you could say copy, the way someone else is doing something when it already has proven to get them successful results? So subjugate your ego and then try and copy or mirror someone else's behavior to get the same results that they have already gotten themselves.
So maybe it's just that's awesome. And all over the world, you like, for example, you do, I won't go to that example. We just got a letter from another attorney essentially saying, like, you're out of your mind and you're completely crazy. Because of course they're lying and it's gamesmanship on their part, right? But that was so awesome and something we're so proud of because you're confronting the heck out of liars, right? And that's a big mission for our law firm. How did you cross that threshold to want to model, to want to do those things, to subjugate your ego, right? Like what I've talked about in stories of the first time I went to a personal development seminar, I almost didn't step into the room. It was so scary. And I talked about how I crossed that bridge. How did you do that? So you meet us, I'm different, right? We're different here in a way that I think is pretty awesome. Like we talked about principles of personal development, learning, growth, psychology, all those things. Did that seem awkward or different in the beginning to you? I would imagine it did, or maybe it didn't.
It did seem different. Usually when you imagine a lawyer, they're kind of this reserved individual who really doesn't show emotion, but you can bring emotion with you into the practice of law, and sometimes that emotion will actually fuel you and make you a better person, or rather a better lawyer than your adversary.
But did you think that in the beginning? Like when you first encountered the information, was there resistance inside of you, or were you just open right from the beginning?
I would say slight resistance, but honestly not too much.
Awesome. Okay. So then for you it was just ready to rock and roll, because a lot of times people use derogatory words of being open to growth and development, like, oh, drinking the Kool-Aid or crazy things like, or things like that. So for you, you were just open and you believed in growth and development from the beginning.
Yeah, but I think it was based on logic, right? If you were doing something that I think was illogical and yelling at an adversary, and I spoke with you afterwards as to why you yelled at the adversary, and you had no good reason or no game plan or attack plan as to why you did that action, I think then maybe I wouldn't be as open to personal growth and development for the tactics that you have used. But because every time I spoke with you or Michael Smikin or really any of the partners in this firm, all of their actions were based on logic, that I was pretty open to it from nearly the beginning.
Awesome, and that for me was huge too. When I first started going to personal development seminars and people would say, oh, Tony Robbins, he's full of nonsense. I go, oh really? He's talking in front of a stadium full of people. And a lot of those people are very successful, so I don't know the guy personally, and I'm not sure I agree with everything he believes in, but I certainly know he's doing something I'm not doing. So I'm going to go watch and learn from that guy, and at the very least I can learn how to be a better public speaker, because the guy's amazing, and I learned a whole lot more than that. So listen, Robert, it's Why Wednesday. What would you say your why is, really quickly? Like your underlying driving force forward.
My underlying why, without getting too deep into it, is to not live a life of mediocrity and give my family, my future family, the same life that my father and mother gave me. I was very blessed in this life to be born in America, in New Jersey, to a family of decent means. My father had to work pretty hard, and he afforded me such a life of loving, caring, attention, opportunities that a lot of people don't get, and I really want to pass that on to my offspring and bring the same love to them as I received.
Well, Robert, I'm honored, privileged that you shared that, and that you're part of our awesome team here, and you have become a leader, and your trajectory is unlimited, and it's awesome, the course that you're on. So thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
All right. Have a great day. Why Wednesday? What's your why? Connect to it. Share it. Drive it forward. Sharing it leverages you forward. Have a great day. Thanks.